Alright. I believe I'm streaming. Let's look and see.
Come on, bro. That doesn't make no sense. I took both of them on that phone. Why is it so high? $177.
Damn.
I said, thank you, Captain Obvious.
That's really high. We live. So watch how you speak to me. Watch how you speak to me, because we live. We live. Okay, you guys, I want to go back over. I'm actually sitting here watching a video on Black Friday deals. Let's get it. It's by Think Media.
It is 4K. It's $129, but you can actually apply a $20 coupon, so $109, 4K. There's also some cool like modes which you can use for like AI framing, so if you move, they'll kind of crop in and zoom onto you. I don't necessarily use those features, I just plug it in, use it with my laptop. But this looks pretty good, and if you want a further in-guide depth on this, you can actually check out our video on best budget cameras under 300. This is the first one I talked about.
So I saw in the review you did of this, several people commented, were like, so who is this exactly for? Like, why wouldn't I just use my built-in webcam on my computer? Like, how much better is the image quality? What are your thoughts on this?
I think this is a significant upgrade if you're just wanting something plug and play. Let's say you maybe are not familiar with plugging in a mirrorless camera, getting a capture card. You just plug this in USB-C directly into your laptop or your computer, and the image quality is much, much better than the built-in laptop. You're getting, obviously, it's a little bit bigger than a normal webcam, so you're going to get like a larger sensor. It's going to look better. I think the colors look a lot better too, and just much sharper. So if you're doing a lot of live streams like we're doing right now, you could just pick up this up for a little over $100 and just instantly improve the video quality of your videos without necessarily having to rely on, a whole mirrorless setup, which would be overkill.
Yeah, it'd be great for travel. Like if you're a travel business person, you're a coach or something, and you just want like a really easy solution. Throw it in your travel bag, your backpack, your suitcase, whatever, and then you have an elevated camera solution. So that's great, Nate. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, it'd be great for travel. Like if you're a travel business person, you're a coach or something, and you just want like a really easy solution. Throw it in your travel bag, your backpack.
Why does it look like that?
Elevated camera solutions. That's great.
It's so nasty.
Why does it look like that?
from that, man.
Absolutely.
What's our next
We got
camera?
we're
Oh,
going to dive into a few different Sony ones. The Sony ZV-1F. Craig, you just had a video go live
hey,
on this little guy.
man,
Talk
the
about it.
ZV-1F. I love this camera in a lot of ways. In other ways, there's some drawbacks for it. But the main thing about it that's so intriguing to people is the price point, obviously. So this is the cheapest camera that Sony currently makes in their, like, good camera lineup. They have some really, really budget cameras that aren't really relevant anymore, but in their quality cameras, the ZV-1F would be the entry-level camera, and it's on sale for $100 off, which is kind of crazy. I'd say the main thing you want to consider is autofocus performance. And so this does have a little bit of like focus hunting because it uses an older contrast detect autofocus system, which can hunt for focus a time or two. So we actually, I think this morning, did that video go live? I think it did go live this morning,
Yes.
a full-on dedicated review, of the ZV-1F. So watch that video, check it out. This might be the right camera for you depending on who you are. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I actually like the image quality a lot. I think it looks really good, but there are some autofocus issues. If you're somebody who like needs tack sharp focus all the time, then this,
because it's a contrast based versus phase.
Versus
just
phase
fancy
effect.
words. All that means is like it's still gonna focus on you, but it might be a little bit slower and maybe a little less reliable. But
Yeah,
probably in your use, it's probably been decent for a lot of people.
it has.
And then it has a flip out screen so you can like frame yourself. That's huge.
You can view yourself.
4K video.
4K, up to 30 frames per second. It has USB-C streaming, but it does limit the USB-C streaming feature to 720p. I don't know why Sony does this on several of their camera models. It's kind of weird, but you can stream through HDMI as well, and then get a higher resolution. And
this one has a fixed 20mm lens, right?
Yep, fixed 20mm lens, and that was the big complaint. The reason why they even put out this camera was because the original ZV-1 had a 24-70 lens, and everybody thought like, hey, 24 is great, but it's not wide enough for vlogging. Like, you need a wider field of view if you're going to stick the camera out and hold it. So that's why they created the ZV-1F with a fixed 20mm lens that's a little bit wider for creators. So everybody loved that. And then they even created a wider focal length for the ZV-1 Mark II, which I think starts at like 18mm or something. But anywho, it's a really solid beginner camera for a lot of people if you want to check it out for sure. What's our next camera on this list?
So we got in Sony A7 III, which is a little bit older of a camera now, but you get a full frame sensor, 4K video, $1,300. Craig, take it away because you've used this camera a lot. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the A7 III, I mean, it takes me way back. I did a lot of professional work with that camera. I went on tour with artists. I shot a ton of concerts. That's what I would do. I would like shoot concerts in my younger years, in my youth. But I brought the A7 III as like my main workhorse for both photography and video. So really, there's not really any excuse as to why somebody couldn't use the A7 III as their main professional camera. I mean, I did for many years, and I think it's solid in a lot of ways. I'd say the number one con with the A7 III, if you are a video shooter in particular, is it does still have the 30-minute record limit that was instituted. It was lifted, I believe, in 2020. So any Sony camera like after 2020, I think starting with like the A7S III was like the first main flagship Sony camera not to have that record limit. Now all these cameras don't really have those record limits, so long as it doesn't overheat. But the A7 III had a limit. Now you could record to like a monitor, like an Atomos Ninja monitor or something, if you wanted to work around that 30-minute record limit, which I had to do as a professional video creator. But that 30-minute limit will be a drawback for some people. But if you're a professional photographer, this camera is outstanding in so many ways.
Yeah, I think it would be good for like hybrid if you're doing photography because you have the viewfinder. There is no flip out screen, so if you're filming yourself, it might be difficult.
Yeah, that's a little tricky.
No 10-bit video, so if you're really color grading your footage, that's another limitation. But you don't need those things. It's a pretty significant savings.
Yeah,
so
$1,300 brand new. I mean, you're getting a great sensor, a great photo and hybrid video camera. So yeah, I like the A7 III. I always have.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and move on to our next camera, which is the beloved Sony ZV-E10, the original.
The
15% off, $600 for the body only. Now, Craig, tell us about this camera. We've recommended it for years here, I think.
Well, at Think Media, this is still our top recommended camera that we recommend for beginners. And so more people actually purchase this camera through our, affiliate links. We can track this, and we just see that this is resonating really well with people. It's solving their problem, right? So they're looking for an entry-level camera that gets good image quality, that has good autofocus, and can also take stills. And the ZV-E10 just does all of those things really well. And again, it's still on the 8-bit sensor of the older A60, A6000 series cameras. So some people speculate that this sensor is as old as the A6000,
Wow.
if not the A6300, A6500. So this is a pretty old sensor, all things considered. But at the end of the day, it still produces really good results. And I know, Nate, I think you're currently using this as a top-down camera for your. It might even
Yeah,
literally
so
be in
right
the
back
shot
here
behind you.
is my YouTube studio setup, which I'm going to do a full video breaking this down, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that.
Yep.
But this little thing, I use as a top-down overhead angle, so anytime I'm filming unboxings or product videos, it's all set up. I just got to turn it on and press record and have a perfect top-down angle.
Yeah,
And
it's a
for
beautiful
that,
camera.
it's perfect. I don't need to worry about 10-bit or anything like that. I just need a good camera that can autofocus. And yeah, still reliable.
Yep.
And honestly, at $600 brand new is pretty competitive, because I think used these are $500. I would buy it brand new for $600. That's pretty,
I would too.
pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
on the used markets, you can pick them up for around $500. That's actually this is it right here, ZV-E10. I got this for $500, body only, off of Facebook Marketplace. But typically it's between $5 to $550, $575. So if you could just get it brand new for $598, I'd probably recommend that. You're not going to have any issues, and it's a brand new camera, and you can try it out. And if you didn't love it, Amazon has great return policies, and you could return it. But I doubt you would do that, because it is such a good camera.
And I just noticed too,
Yeah,
anything
it's a
you
good
buy
camera.
now is returnable up to January 31st. So you have a large return
Yes.
window. You could use this for a few months and be like, no, it's not for me. It's still return. So
Yep, that's
pretty
great.
good. Next camera on our list. These are some more expensive cameras, but if you're looking for a solid camera, this might be the time to buy one. The Sony.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna buy none of these extra cameras. But yeah, I just wanna do a little video about the Black Friday sales that are going on Amazon. It's a lot of them. Let me see if I can pull up Amazon from here. No, but I signed in. So no, I can't pull it up. But yeah, y'all, these are some of the sales that are out. Y'all go check them out. Y'all go buy some of the equipment if you need it. You might do need it. I might need to upgrade my camera. No, I like my camera. My camera is perfect. It does everything I need it to do. But yeah, if y'all like videos like this, give a thumbs up. If you don't, give a thumbs down. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified every single time that I post a new video. Until next time, man, you know what I always say, go be creative.